Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Stock. Hope you don't mind that I'm in my living room. It's been a long day, I felt like getting comfortable. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Today I want to talk about a few stocks that keep on coming up as topics of conversation, people wanting to know what's going on with them, what they should expect with them, should they buy them, should they sell them. So we'll take a look at the charts, we'll see what they have to say. We'll also take a look at some news surrounding them, some recent, some not so recent, and we'll see what the implications are going forward. I think that you'll really like what I have for you, so stick around, check it out. Let's get ready to rock. All right, big news. I just released my Patreon. It just went live, so come on over and check that out. We got a rapidly growing community of members. In under 24 hours, we were up to almost 50 members. Within 48 hours, I fully expect to have up to 100 members. We have a Discord connected to it. You can join that Discord and we can talk stocks any time of day or night. Just stop on over. My growth portfolio is posted over there for all the Patreon and Discord members. In February, I'll release another portfolio. As the community grows, the conversation will grow, the knowledge base will grow, and it will really help us to build a community of like-minded investors who all want financial freedom. After all, that's what we're all after. So come on over to the Patreon. The link is down in the description. Just click it, come on over, and see what the Patreon's all about. Next, Webull, if you need a trading platform, sign up, get 2 free stocks, deposit $100, get 2 more free stocks. Those stocks can be worth anywhere from a total of $21 up to $3,700 if you're extra lucky. I get 2 free stocks. It helps out the channel, and I thank you ahead of time for the support. The link for Webull is also down in the description. Subscribe to this video, hit the notification bell, like it, and share it with your friends. Let's get on to the stocks. All right, so the first stock is ZOM-Medica, ticker symbol ZOM. They have a product coming out to the commercial market called Trueforma, and that's being released on March the 30th. You can see that this came out on November the 13th. The diagnostic equipment they're putting out expected to reach a market of 2.8 billion, but that's not until 2024. As of 2019, it was reported at 1.7 billion. We'll find out what the 2020 numbers have to say. You can see here that they have data estimates for 2020. They say 18% over July 2019. I don't know how much of the market Trueforma would be expected to take, but it would be a piece of that. So here we're looking at the 5-minute chart, and I know it's a rather short range, but it spans over 5 days. And if you look all the way back here, bottom left corner, we're at almost 48 cents as a bottom, and this thing just took off. So it took off, made it up to $1.48, and then it's been doing that slow descent ever since. And then we finally come to today's trading, January the 14th, and this peak right here is important for us because this broke up above the previous resistance that it had the day before, and that could be a good sign that maybe we bottomed out. If you look across the chart, you can see at about 85 cents, we have a nice little shelf there of support. So from the current price that it closed at today, and it looks like it closed at a price of about, look, it closed at a price of $1.01. So a $1 closing price. So if you were to buy into this stock at that $1 price, you could fully expect to fall down to a support easily of 95 cents. So you'd already be missing out on 5% of your money. The next stop down after that is 85 cents. You could be out, possibly 15% of your money. And if we drop down even farther, maybe down to this one, now we're down to 80 cents. Now you're at 19% of your money. So that's the downside of it. If we fall down to those support levels, if we fall below that, that's where it gets a little bit scary, and that's where the risk comes in with a penny stock. I don't think that it will, not with their product coming out March 30th. I think we'll see it hang around $1 or go up from $1. It is nice to see that as this closed out, it did close out around that dollar range, and that round number of $1 is something that it might be strong enough to kind of hold it there for a while. If we look at this candle that we have right here, this thing topped out at about $1.08. That's 8 cents. It's 8% up from the $1 mark. And that's one area of resistance that you could expect to hit, but we also can't ignore this double top that we have over here at $1.04. So you have 4 cents up to the first area of resistance versus 5 cents down to the first area of support. to make it up to the next area of resistance is $1.08 versus the second area of support or even the first area of support. So that's 8% up for 5, all the way down to 15% down to the next area of support that we have. So you just have to be careful. If we watch this break $1.08, we have a decent amount of room to run up to about $1.20, which is over here where our next resistance level is. So with ZOM, let me change to a higher level so we can see some more candles here. Here we can see better shape of it. It's definitely a stock to be careful with. That's part of it, but it also has to have the fundamentals and it has to have the finances there to support it. So I'd like to see it come up off this support that we have right around 95 cents and even break this support at $1.04, or especially at $1.08, because that gives us 12 more cents to run from there. For BNGO, the symposium is something long since talked about, and I brought this up on their Twitter page. We knew that the last day, tomorrow, we knew that Friday would be the day that they did their COVID-19 panel, and we saw in the news earlier this week about Sapphire, which is BNGO's hardware using to identify the structural variants for people experiencing severe symptoms. I expect this panel to also have some impact, especially if we get some really good news coming out of this expert panel. It could possibly push that stock price higher than it is. We still have to look at the price action there, but this is something to keep in mind, because the more useful we find Sapphire to be, the more indispensable of a technology it is, the more chance that we have it reaching that disruptive level that we all want it to have. All right, so here's BNGO on the hourly chart, and you can see it had a heck of a day today, and we have really strong resistance right around that 795 mark. We'll take a look at that in a closer moment. We got to be careful of the support levels that we have for this, because we fall off really quickly after this ramp up that we had. We had a really steep run, and then it looks like, at least on the hourly chart, the support that we get is 60 cents down. So, 8 to 10% down from where it's currently at. We'll zoom in a little bit. So here we have this really strong double top. We have that wick right there. You might even be able to argue that there'd be triple, but this, when you see these two long bars like this that meet at about the same exact level, the bulls ran it up and the bears ripped it right back down. Double top like that always indicates a drop. This bar is 655, so that's 68 cents down from its current price right now, and the after hours is $7.23. This is the closing bar. $6.95 is where it closed at. So we don't know totally with the news that came out today how much of this is news or how much of this is that hype going into the news, like buying the rumor that they're going to hear really good things tomorrow. So opening bell, if this opens high, I expect to see it rip down to support, maybe even a little bit past support, and then it might settle if we hear good things. If we hear really good things, it could go up again, but just be careful. So from its current price at 723, we get about 72 cents up versus about 68 cents down. So finally, NNDM, its stock price popped on Wednesday. It was due for a pop. I swear, sometimes it seems like they hold back the news until the technical indicator on the chart says that it's due for a breakout. So then they put out news corresponding with that breakout, and it just makes it rip. So these is just talking about a lot of applications, a lot of uses for NNDM. So it would span industries, and that would mean more sales of their DragonFly technology and also the inks that go along with it. So we see the price rip up, and NNDM stuck true to form. The price went way up. They did a capital raise right afterwards. So here we see the daily chart, and you can see that big, probably one of the biggest bars that it's ever had right now. People got really excited about that price, really ran it up, and then the offering happened, and when we drill down to the after hours, you'll see it ripped the price back down quite a bit. This little narrow range bar that we have here is interesting, because if you look at the volume that goes along with it, that volume today was higher than the volume yesterday. So we'll see how that plays out in the next day. It could be really interesting for how it goes. If we look at the trajectory of this stock, I'll just put a quick drawing on it for you. So with that line on,
you can sort of see the path that this is on, that we see some rounded dips that we have, and then it goes over, and then it corrects a little bit. It just keeps on sort of following that line. And I think as long as we follow close to that line, we don't see a lot of capital raises. But as soon as we shoot up above that line, it seems like they do capital raises. Taking a look at a smaller time frame, there you can see the news come out and this thing rip up. And then it lost a little bit of steam, not too much. And then it kept going. And then this bar got entirely wiped out until we peaked at $11.45. We couldn't break it with this one. There's that double top. And right in here, you can see that announcement in between the, it was actually between the 4 and 5 o'clock hour, I believe, that the announcement came out about the direct offering, and then more caught on, and then it came down. And there's that low volume after hours. And you can see around the time that the market opened, it corrected again around 10:33, not so bad. And then not a lot really following that initial volume that we had. I think everything's green overall for this stock for the foreseeable future. I just see good things for this company. I think it's a really strong choice. I'm glad that ARK has invested in them. I'm glad that I've invested in them. And if you guys were in this early, I'm glad that you invest in them as well. It's definitely not too late to get in. Just understand that getting the value out of this stock is years long in getting that value. If you look at the timeline they've set for themselves, it's years long for them to even ramp up to mid-level manufacturing. So just quickly about support and resistance, and then I'll let you guys go for the day. We closed over here at $10.37. For today, resistance, $10.60-ish cents, right around there is our first level of resistance. And I'm looking at the regular hours at 11:45 is the next time that we really have a peak in this resistance. That's a long way to run from 10:60 up to 11:45. That's 85 cents. So that's a lot of gain, a lot of room that we have to run if we break this high that we have over here tomorrow. And it's possible that we will, because this is slanting upward. You can see we have higher lows all the time. And with the exception of that part of the candle, we even have higher highs going. I think we're in good shape to break that resistance. I don't know that we'll make it all the way up to this one, but I would rather see slow, healthy growth than that rapid pop in growth. But still, we know what happens when this price gets run up. We want to see slow, steady growth. We want to see predictable movements, things that we can count on to make sure that we can make wise investments.
All right, that's what I have for you. So ZOM, we want to pay attention to that $1 mark. BNGO, $7.23 is where we're at. That's a really comfortable middle. If it stays like that or continues to go up slowly, good. We got to be careful about selling the news, because we could see lots of bullish activity in the pre-market hours with low volume, and then the rumors are done. Boom, market opens, this thing sells out. Finally, NNDM. It's a company with a lot of promise. It's a company that ARK Invest does have their money in. I stand by a lot of the investments that ARK does. I think that they have a lot of really good things going for them. They've shown a lot of growth. They have a proven track record. I don't think that their faith was misplaced in NNDM. I think that they chose wisely. I think that they chose early. And if we're in this, we got to weather the storm until they mature as a company. Finally, the Patreon, it's growing quickly. I would love to see more of you come over, join the community, talk about those stocks, really build that knowledge base up, help find those stocks early before they happen, really get the buzz going, really start helping yourselves and the others reach that point of financial freedom that we're all after. I would love to see you over there. I already have my growth portfolio out. I plan on putting out my dividend portfolio in February. So like I said, stop over to Patreon. The link's down in the description. Hope to see you there. Webull, the link is also down in the description. You get 4 free stocks for signing up and depositing $100. It helps out the channel. I appreciate it. I think you'll like the software. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, click the like button, share it with your friends. Remember, this video is for entertainment purposes only. Always do your own research and due diligence. Contact a financial professional before making any financial decisions. I'm Dr. Stock. Thanks for rocking with me. Now go get that money.